We know things can get heated. Between these two, Grant, no love lost in this matchup.
And that competitive fire, it grows when you're in the same conference. You get to see each other so often. You know, B.A., I think we're in for some good theater in this one.
The starters for the Memphis Grizzlies. We've got Jackson, also Jalen Wells out there. Ja Morant is out there with Edey, and it's Coward in a two-guard. Shot clock at 3. Here's Morant. It's rebounded by Los Angeles. They defeated Detroit in their last game.
It always helps when your opponent turns the ball over that many times. I thought it was the deciding factor overall.
It definitely made things easier for them. When the other team is just handing you the ball back, don't make them pay for it.
Nice work by Gordon, stretching the floor, opening things up with his range.
To the middle. Gordon with a steal. For 3, James. And Los Angeles, another 3.
Don't want to let him get into a rhythm from out there.
And here's Memphis. 6-point game. They're coming off that loss against Philadelphia.
Defensively, they weren't up to the task. Didn't play as a cohesive unit, and it really hurt them.
Boy, they looked like they were asleep on that end of the floor. No one was talking. No one was paying attention. It was rough.
So it's the Lakers now. After the basket by Memphis. Back to Gordon. The 3 is up. Perfect night so far. 2 for 2.
Yeah, confident-looking shot by Gordon. You know he's feeling it when he's taking and making these.
Outside Morant. Shot from 12. And the jumper falls for him.
Pick works well there, but the defense left a lot to be desired.
Yeah, that just comes down to a lack of effort. The defender has to do a better job fighting through the screens.
Here's Iverson. A 17-point game for him in the win against Detroit.
And he made a living at the line as well. Got there over and over and did some damage.
Wow, their opponent is doing a tremendous job spacing the floor.
Jackson outside. Screen by Edey. Down low. Cuts off the pass. Here's Mann. The offensive rebound. It's good on the putback.
Getting out to a nice lead. Great flow and great execution.
Grizzlies trail by 10. Here's Morant. His last outing, he had 24 points. Launches a 3. Count it. 1 for 1 to start the game.
They've come out strong. 3 of their first 4 to start the game.
Here's Iverson. Gordon on the wing. This James on the wing. Sinks it from distance. James has got 11 points.
And what's working here? Each guy is willing to make the next pass.
So Memphis calls timeout, their first. And let's take a look at the centers and power forwards having a strong month at the free throw line. In the third spot, Zach Edey.
And I love how these bigs take the touch they have in the paint straight to the free throw line.
Yeah, because you know if you're spending the majority of your time in the paint, you're going to get to the line a lot. So it serves you well to hit your free throws.
And it's Coward missing. And here are the Lakers. They're on a 17-7 run. Here's Iverson. He's covered by Wells. And here's Gordon from the arc. The rebound by Edey.
And he probably thought he was going to bury that one.
Wells, the pass to Morant. Oh, and makes it with the kiss. Morant's gotten his second bucket.
Closer in, look, let me just tell you, Morant, he's going to find a way to score. He just has such a fantastic touch around the rim.
And let's send it over to Allie LaForce.
Well, J.J. Redick had a few moments to share with me. We talked about the game plan he has in place for Ja Morant. Coach was forthcoming, saying it's no secret you need to turn him into a shooter. If he gets a step at the rim, you already lost that battle. He can drain a few from outside, but we are willing to live with that. Appreciate the honest answer. Back to you, Brian.
Good job there, Allie. Thanks.
This has been just a dreadful start for them defensively. Not good at all.
Outside Morant. Pass to Wells. Some nice ball movement by Memphis. 5 on the clock. Second shot opportunity, and that one's good. Coward.
That's a blue-collar bucket right there. Grown man basket. Put in the work. Got a second chance to score.
Here's Iverson. His offense has been fantastic, averaging just over 17 a game. James can't get it to go. Grizzlies trail by 9. Outside Morant. Throws it up high.
The pass, the catch, the slam. What a clean play.
Man, absolutely jaw-dropping. Richard, one of the more jaw-dropping athletes in the game. At 6'2", Ja Morant can get his head at the rim.
And he said we'll see that less often these days. He is trying to save his body and stay on the floor for his team. That is key.
For 3, Gordon. Pure from three-point range. Gordon's got 9.
And they've got the D reeling. A full three-point attack right off the tip.
Timeout call. Memphis.
Attention all Laker fans. Time to cheer on your Lakers hype squad. Let me hear you right now. Please welcome to the floor the Lakers hype squad. Let them hear you. Get excited. The Lakers hype squad.
Here's Edey. Taking a look at his production, averaging just over 8 points a game. And the shot goes in. Wells has gotten his second bucket on the night.
Looks like we're starting to see a pattern here. Not afraid to get in the paint and get wet.
Pass to Iverson. James, right side. Here's Iverson. Launches it from deep. The shot's good on the assist by James. He has 6.
Their defense has to do a better job of smothering those shooters.
The three-pointer off the mark. Grizzlies trail by 11. Outside for Morant. Pass to Wells. Here's Coward. He's guarded by Man. Here's Wells. No good with the triple. And here's James. Here's the 3. Cleared away by Wells. Here's Coward. He's guarded by Man. And the dunk by Jackson.
Hey, kept it simple. No reason to get fancy right now, B.A.
Yeah, he's just looking to find shots and produce for his team. Here's Iverson. He has 6. On the wing man. Pass to Iverson. Clock at 4. And the foul is called. He missed it, so he's got a couple of free throws coming his way. Ja Morant picks one up.
Man, the defender really went after him.
And breaking down some numbers here, the hustle stats for Los Angeles.
From the very start of this game, they have been giving the ball handlers trouble, using good pressure to force turnovers and get steals.
And they've done a tremendous job just creating havoc defensively. Active hands have led to tons of turnovers that they've capitalized on.
Here's what Los Angeles is going with right now. Richards is checked in for O'Neal. Williams comes in for Gordon. Beasley's checked in for James. And James is subbed in for Mann. Deflected! Now, here is James. So it'll be 2 free throws. He was fouled in the act of shooting. Well, Grant, we are creeping closer to the halfway point of the season. And some teams have really found their identity.
Yeah, that's right, B.A. We know who most of these squads are now. And their opponents do, too. And as the year goes on, the better the scouting reports get. Entering the league with that James last name, lots of pressure on Bronny. But he's a guy who is used to being in the spotlight under the microscope.
Morant, that's his 3rd basket in 5 shots. Solid work.
They have no answer defensively inside.
Iverson passes to Williams. Here's Iverson. Out to James. Here's Iverson. Give him 8. James can't get it to go. Here's Wells. And a 2-handed jam.
And what an aggressive move to the rim. He's really trying to fire up his teammates right now.
Boy, it's not hard to feel inspired after a teammate makes that kind of finish.
And that could be the spark they need to make a little run as they try to even this thing up.
Outside, Williams. Out to Beasley. Lets it go from deep. Memphis with a rebound.
That's exactly how you have to defend him on the perimeter. Can't allow any space.
Back to Morant. From the line. Iverson can't hit. Grizzlies trail by 9. Wells with it. Picked up by James. Pass to Coward. Back to Wells. Memphis needs to get off a shot. Here's Edey. And the dunk by Edey.
Grabs the board and goes right in for the putback. I love it, B.A.
Yeah, wanting to close the gap. Makes sense to get aggressive on the glass here. Now, here's Williams. No points so far. Williams a screen on Morant. Iverson passes to Williams. He got him. No doubt that's a foul. And it's going to be a transition take foul. Memphis shooting their first free throw of the night.
First team foul.
The free throw drops for Morant.
We talk a lot about Morant's athleticism and skill, but what stands out for me is his effort and intensity that he plays with.
Russell's checked in for Los Angeles. Jerome finds Clark. Left side, Morant. And there's 1:38 left in the first quarter here.
They've been just a little bit better on the glass so far, showing their tremendous work ethic.
James against Morant. Outside for Russell. Over Jerome. The shot by Russell, no good.
Good shot, gone bad. You gotta finish there.
And he got the whistle on the way up, so he'll be headed to the line for a pair. That one on Russell.
Well, that was clearly a foul.
And the Lakers making a change here. Oubre's checked in. Hendricks is checked in for Memphis. Well, Richard, he's from a place with a history of great big men. Santi Aldama is next in line.
Well, the first Spanish players that come to mind for me are the Gasol brothers. The connection, Spanish and big men. Aldama has carried that lineage well in his short time in the NBA.
Now, here's Williams. 9 points in his last outing.
There you go. He's a monster at the rim.
So athletic. Obviously, he plays on the attack. 46 seconds left to play in the first quarter. Jerome against Russell. Pass to Spencer. The open shot, Jerome. And again, Memphis no good.
They say it's a make-or-miss league, and there are sometimes that you miss.
Jerome against Beasley. Williams with the screen. Here's Russell. Oh, and he nails it from the high post. And now an 8-point Laker lead.
When you talk about crafty players, you're talking about players like D'Angelo Russell who can find his spot.
That'll count. And that's not going to go. Misses at the buzzer. And so it's LeBron James making things happen for the Lakers. He's found his range, hitting 3 triples in the quarter. All right, stick around. We'll be right back after this. And for those of you just tuning in, second quarter action is where we are. What do you guys think about Los Angeles here in this one?
Simply put, they look totally fearless on the defensive end.
Yeah, they're putting pressure on all the ball handlers, getting into the passing lanes and showing great anticipation.
Kelly Oubre out there with Aaron Gordon. Then it's D'Angelo Russell. Then it's Malik Beasley. And it's James in at the 3. That's the group for the Lakers to kick off the second quarter. Clark. Gordon pulls it in.
Aggressive mindset, but the defender just as determined to send him away empty-handed.
Let's go now to the sideline and catch up with Allie LaForce.
Hey, BA. In an era of title or bust thinking, it's noteworthy that the grit and grind Grizzlies of the 2010s are properly celebrated. While they never made it past the Western Conference Finals, their physical style, built around Zach Randolph, Marc Gasol, Tony Allen, and Mike Conley, built a lasting legacy in Memphis. Guys, back to you.
Thank you, Allie. Good work defensively by Gordon. Pass to James. That falls. Nice assist by Russell. James has got 14 points for the game.
And he's made his mark on offense especially. They got to be thankful he's on their squad.
Jerome feeling it out a bit. Now Aldama from downtown. Drops in the 3.
He's someone opposing defenses have a hard time game planning for.
The Lakers lead by 8. And here's James. A 17-point game for him in the win against Detroit.
He's more than chipped in on the glass as well. Just a tremendous effort last time out.
Offensive rebound. Beasley for 3. That one is off.
He didn't make them pay for that weak defense, but they just can't rely on him to miss those kind of shots.
And the basket by Clark.
That's been the story of their offense so far, getting a number of looks from point-blank range.
Here's Russell. Good on the shot. Russell's got his second basket of the night.
Oh, there's Russell flashing that quickness. This is why his guys encourage him to attack the rack, because he does have that speed.
Now here's Jerome. 17 points for him last game against Philadelphia.
And that's how you lead a team, literally.
Los Angeles has gone 1 of 2 from deep in the second quarter. Oubre, a screen on Caldwell Pope. James passes to Oubre. Off target with the 3.
And I'm surprised that didn't go down. I mean, I'm sure he is too.
Now Jerome. They look to him to score consistently, averaging around 13.5 a game. Aldama, the pass to Jerome. Clock at 6. Launches it. James with the rebound. Los Angeles leading by 6. Here comes LeBron. Oh, hey, how about that? Oh, and he brings it down with a two-handed jam.
Okay, wow, old man LeBron James getting acrobatic, putting on a show. I see you, big fella.
An impressive display. How about that look on the AT&T connected cam? Memphis calls timeout. Grant, you played in a more physical era of the NBA. Now it seems like the league is trying to strike a balance there.
I think you're spot on, B.A. There's been some back and forth, trying to keep the game free-flowing and physical. The league's trying for the best of both worlds.
Here's what Los Angeles is going with right now. O'Neal, he's checked in for Oubre. Mann comes in for Beasley. And James is subbed in for Russell. Now here's Clark. Wells, the pass to Aldama. Up top, Morant. Over James. And again, it's Memphis missing.
I think the defender really affected that shot.
Who poked away. And it's Morant with the ball for the Grizzlies. Trailing by 8. Last time they met was in Memphis.
And the win was there for them, but they just let it get away. Just couldn't make enough plays late.
They played pretty solid basketball, but a few miscues is all it takes to turn a win into a loss, especially against a good team.
Now here's Morant. He's got 7. It's rebounded by Los Angeles. 13 points was their biggest lead of the game. Pass to James. Now here's Gordon. Fires for 3. That falls. Nice feed that time from James. Gordon's got 12 points in the game. Now the Lakers moving it up. Lets it go from the wing. The shot by James, no good. Grizzlies trail by 11. It's going to be on LeBron James. That's his first foul. Jackson, he's checked in for Clark.
Personal foul. First team foul. Grizzlies substitution. Number 49.
Pass to Wells. There's the 3. It's rebounded by Los Angeles. James has got his 4th rebound in this one. His man. Oh, and there's the whistle on the shot. So 2 free throws for him coming up.
Yeah, you never want to let shots at the rim go uncontested.
Los Angeles shooting their 5th and 6th free throw attempts tonight. And good on the 2nd, so he makes them both. Memphis has gone 1 of 4 from three-point land here in the 2nd. And it's out of bounds. They say it was last touched by James. Let's take a look at the Western Conference standings now that the new year is upon us. Taking a look at Los Angeles, they've put together the 6th best record in the conference. And, of course, Memphis, pretty far behind right now.
Right now for the Grizzlies, there's no doubt they feel the pressure mounting. I mean, failing to match those expectations from the start of the year is apparent.
And we keep waiting for them to turn it around. And waiting. And waiting. And at this point in time, I'm just going to say it's probably not going to happen.
Now, here is James. This is the most they've led, 13 points. Hit his leg, and it's whistled a kick. O'Neal inside, pounded by Morant. Back to James. Just 5 to shoot. Tries again. The ball's knocked loose. Grizzlies trail by 13. Pass to Wells. It's stolen by James. Going all the way to the rack. Hey, it's James slamming it down.
What a flush by James. Shades of his dad LeBron right there.
And a big issue for them, turnovers.
Yeah, you just can't give away possessions in this league.
Jackson on the wing, defended by Gordon. Jackson down low. Gordon's on him. Jackson can't get it to go.
And the shooter had very little space on that attempt.
I'm sure they'll think twice about shooting against him next time.
I tell you, a little extra pressure on D when you're up against a point guard who can elevate.
It doesn't make it easy, does it?
Yeah, hard to strategize for a guy who can make a pass or a play like this right in your face.
It's obvious they're becoming frustrated. Nothing seems to be going their way.
In a major drought, you need to find some sort of momentum.
Now, here is James. He's got 6. 6 to shoot. Gordon with a screen on Morant. Los Angeles needs to get off a shot. And there's James from the arc. He hits again. 7 for 13 and looking confident.
They've been very well-rounded and extremely focused.
Yeah, not just an impressive showing on offense, but on defense as well, executing their game plan perfectly.
Aldama, the pass to Jackson. Yep, that one goes. Aldama's got 7 points for the quarter.
And after a scoreless first quarter, he's finding his offense.
James with the ball. Outside man. Fires the 3. Kept alive. Pass to James. Gordon with a screen on Morant. Here's James. Memphis with a rebound. Aldama's got 4 rebounds now. Wells, the pass to Morant. With nobody on him, he buries that jumper.
This is
Morant's got 9.
What a confident shot by Morant. Gets the hot pass, hits it right up.
Edie's checked in for Memphis. Now that we have a chance, let's check out the teams that are scoring the most points off turnovers. The Lakers in second.
They anticipate well defensively, force a lot of mistakes, and quickly turn defense into offense.
And here are the Lakers. They're on a 16-6 run. Poke loose and stolen by Morant. He goes up. Morant with the slam.
Oh, wow. Okay, Ja turning it loose. Someone throw that man some water.
Just an electrifying style on the court for Ja Morant. And Grant, he's not shy when it comes to confrontation.
Oh, yeah. No, he's not ducking any smoke. But part of his maturation is choosing his battles, including trying to preserve his body from those fearless forays to the rim.
Now here's Morant. He's got 11. Pass to Jackson from about 19. Good. And the setup by Morant. Morant's got 4 assists in the game.
Pick works well there, but the defense left a lot to be desired.
Yeah, that just comes down to a lack of effort. The defender has to do a better job fighting through the screen.
Here's James. He's got 19. 6 on the shot clock. Pass to Man. The 3. The rebound by Jackson. And here's Memphis. It's been 8 unanswered for them. Coward. And a foul called on the way up. So he'll take 2 from the free throw line. Memphis shooting their 4th and 5th shots at the foul line in this game.
At the line for the Grizzlies, 2 shots.
And the first one at the line is good. James is checked in for Los Angeles. And so he makes both from the line.
No surprise there. He's about as automatic as it gets from the stripe. I hope I didn't jinx him.
Here's Iverson. Give him 8. James outside. Richards inside. Pounded by Morant. A nice shot by Richards. Richards has got his 2nd basket on the night. Here's Morant. He's got 11. Morant with the slam!
And if you're wondering what makes Josh so special, it's his ability to take over games all by himself.
James outside. James outside. Up again. Oh, he hangs in there and cashes in on the 2nd chance points. And the Lakers lead by 12.
Now that takes a skillful touch.
Yeah, excellent control to just ease the ball back up and in. Here's Morant. Rebounded by the Lakers. Williams has got 4 rebounds in the game. Back to James. Williams with the screen. Pass to James. Here's Iverson. Over Morant. Iverson can't hit. And here are the Grizzlies. They're on a 12-4 run. And he was fouled while in the act of shooting, so he'll take 2 free throws. It's on LeBron James. Memphis shooting their 6th and 7th free throw attempts tonight.
At the line for the Grizzlies, Wells, taking 2 shots.
No good on the 2nd free throw. Los Angeles leading by 11. Williams with the screen. James passes to James. Back to James. Richards with a screen. A rebound by Edie. Edie's got 4 rebounds in the game.
And even though he hasn't been himself, it hasn't affected his team too much. They've still got the lead.
Shot clock and game clock separated by less than 6 seconds. The basket drops, and he gets fouled on the shot. 1 free throw coming his way. There's 18 seconds left in the first half of basketball. Pass to James. And here's Richards. Edey with a steal. And so it's Los Angeles finishing the quarter with an 8-point lead. Just pounding the painted area. That's helped them build an advantage. Well, now we have some time to check in with Allie LaForce. Allie, as always, thank you. We'll be back right after the break for the third quarter here on 2K Sports.
Welcome to halftime, and after 2 quarters played, some ground to make up for the Memphis Grizzlies.
Well, you don't want to give away the game. That's what they're doing with all of these turnovers, Shaq.
Yep, Butterfingers.
And let's switch it up. Thanks, as always, for watching. Let's head back to Brian Anderson and crew for the start of the second half.
And if you're just joining in, one half is in the books. One half to go. You know, LeBron James has been exceptional here, guys.
Yeah, he's kind of been the floor general for them tonight. A lot of assists for him.
And it's a role we don't always see him in, but he's done a great job tonight getting the rest of his team involved.
On the court right now for the Grizzlies, they've got Ja Morant, Edey out there with Gigi Jackson. Then there's Jalen Wells, and it's Coward in at the shooting guard. Shot clock at 2. The 3, James. The rebound by Edey.
Yeah, and the defense has really got to tighten up on him. I mean, he's just too dangerous from the three-point line.
Out of bounds as Memphis keeps possession.
Grizzlies ball.
Puts it up off the inbound. Ooh, dismissed. They retain possession. And the dunk by Jackson.
He challenges the defender and throws it down with 2 hands.
Man, just straight power on that one. Clear the deck. Pass to James. It's rebounded by Memphis. Outside Wells. Now Morant, checked by James. Morant, the pass to Wells. From outside, off the mark.
1 for 4 in the second half. Just trying to get into a rhythm.
James, a freight train coming.
Honestly, I feel so fortunate to be able to sit here and watch this because there are not many vintage performances by LeBron James left to go in his career.
These calls can be so difficult for officials to make.
Third quarter of play with just over 1.5 minutes gone by. Left side, Morant. Pass to Edey. And he's going to the line for 2. The official saw contact while he was going up.
Second team.
And he drops it first.
Shooting for Memphis, Edey.
And so Edey nails both of them.
It's always nice to see a big fella be able to knock down some free throws and make teams pay from the line.
And now around 2 minutes gone by in this half. Here's Iverson going inside. Can't connect from short range. And it's Morant with the ball for Memphis. They've only allowed 2 points so far in the second half. And let's swing it over to the sideline and hear from Allie.
Thanks a lot, guys. Ja Morant looking to lead the way. He said, I set the tone. My teammates feed off of it, and I love to compete. That's how we all grew up, playing on the blacktop outside, competing at a high level when there was no cameras around. Back over to you.
He's got that alpha mentality. Allie, thanks for the report. They swipe it. To the inside. Gordon outside. Nice ball movement by Los Angeles. Pass to Iverson. The 3 is up. Good D by Wells.
Coming out of half, they're 1 for 5 from the field. Whatever they discussed is not working.
Outside Morant. Here's Coward. Lets it fly. Gordon pulls it in. Gordon's got rebound number 5 here tonight. And he lobs it up to the rim. Up high and down it goes on the lob.
Great find by Bron, using his basketball IQ. If you don't understand how smart he is, just ask him.
Morant surveying the floor. And there's a 3-second violation.
3-second violation.
And now let's take a look at the small forwards with the highest shooting percentages for the season. LeBron James, number 1.
And we've seen how efficient he's been scoring the ball. Not just gunning for threes, but also working it inside.
That's what he does. His touch from outside is great, but the way he attacks the basket, that's what drives his shooting percentage so high.
Screen by O'Neal. Russell to pass to Gordon. Beasley for 3. Memphis with a rebound. Jackson's got 5 rebounds tonight. To the paint. Uses the glass to finish the layup. Coward's got his 3rd basket on the night right there.
Coach is loving the ball movement.
Now here's Russell. Looking at his numbers, currently he's averaging around 9 points a game. Just 5 on the clock. Pass to O'Neal. Beasley for 3. Grizzlies with the rebound. Edey's got his 7th rebound of the game with that last one. Inside, here's Jackson. And count it. Now 5 for 7.
Assertive move. You can tell the game's heating up a bit.
Outside Russell. Oh, stolen by Morant. Ja slices through. Morant with the slam!
They fought so hard to get themselves in a position to win this game.
And it's so much easier said than done, but now it's all about keeping that momentum going for them.
What a sensational move captured from the Connected Cam, sponsored by AT&T. Here's O'Neal. And count the basket. He was fouled, and he's going to the line for one more. And some stats here, guys. The scoring breakdown for the Lakers.
All game long, they've been making it rain from the arc. And look, they've done it by feeding the hot hands.
And also attacking in transition has been working for them. We credit them for running the break well and being opportunistic.
Morant with it. Russell covering. That's good from Jackson on the assist by Morant. Jackson's got 6 points in the quarter.
That's 10 straight points they've given up in the painted area.
Here's Russell. And down it goes. 2 points. And the Lakers lead by 2.
Just wheeling that one in. That's a tough shot there by Russell.
Timeout called. Memphis.
It's the Lakers breaker.
Williams will check in for O'Neal. Okay, a chance to look at some numbers for him. The Grizzlies have gotten 6 of 10 shots to fall in this third quarter. Morant finds Jackson. Edey with a screen on Williams. There's Jackson with the 3. The putback. It's hauled in by Oubre. Los Angeles has got nothing to fall here in the third. 0 for 4. And here's Russell. He's got 6. Pass to Williams. Screen by Gordon. Shot clock at 6. The rebound by Jackson. Jackson's got 6 rebounds now in the game. Good, and the setup by Morant. Jackson's got 8 points in the quarter.
Strong pass there to set up the basket.
And so it's Russell with it. He brings it up for the Lakers. They led the game at 1 point by 20. Beasley, pass to Williams. Back to Beasley. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on G.G. Jackson. That'll be a second foul of the game. The Grizzlies making a switch here. Jerome's checked in. Here's Russell.
Number 2.
Pass to Gordon. 6 on the shot clock. Beasley, pass to Russell. Over Jerome. And once again, off the mark by Los Angeles. Now Wells for the lead. And he missed there. 4 for 8 shooting now so far. Left side, Russell. Pass to Beasley. Now Oubre. Still no points. The rebound by Edey. Edey's got 10 rebounds here tonight. So active. Jerome finds Edey. Uses the glass on the layup. And the Grizzlies lead by 2.
They are passing the ball around tremendously right now.
Russell against Jerome. And here's Oubre from the arc. Memphis with a rebound. Jackson's got rebound number 8 now.
Gotta love how they've been crashing the boards, fighting hard for every miss.
Here's Edey. Got it. Good job in the low post. And now a 4-point Grizzly lead.
Rate of baskets assisted, it's a stat I really like. It tells the story of how well you are playing team offense.
Russell. And he can't stop the drought. Another miss. Memphis has got nothing to fall from outside in this third quarter. They get it back. Jackson, the pass to Wells. Another shot. And Jackson lays it in. Jackson's got 10 points here in the second half.
Setting each other up beautifully. I love it. 8 of their last 10 points coming off assists.
Tries to break his ice. And Russell with the lay-in.
Staying cool inside. Russell doesn't want to waste a point-blank look like that.
Jerome with the ball. Russell covering. To the middle. Edey inside. Working on Williams. Edey, that's good.
They're not messing around. 5 of their last 6 buckets have come from the interior.
Things just don't seem to be clicking for them offensively.
Yeah, they really need to find a way to get back on track.
Pass to Russell. And there's the foul. It's on D'Angelo Russell. That's foul number 2 for him.
I love great defense. Just quick to establish his feet, and he takes the hit.
Thanks to the AT&T Connected Cam for the up-close and personal view of that slam. Richards is checked in for Los Angeles. James comes in for Russell. The Grizzlies also with a sub. Aldama's checked in. Jerome against James. Aldama outside. Count that one. He's scoring at a nice clip. He's 6 of 9 tonight.
Since half, there's been a stark contrast between these teams. I'm talking about efficiency at the offensive end.
And start with their defense. They've been intense on that end, and they can actually help their offense as well.
Basket's good.
They're handling the contact so well. Bronny James using that solid build of his to finish strong inside.
James. Second personal foul. Third team foul. Substitution on the court. 2 minutes remaining in the third.
Jerome outside. Pass to Spencer. Jerome on the wing. 5 to shoot. It's rebounded by Los Angeles. James with the ball. Give him 8.
Well, it's hard to deny the talent of Bronny James, and I think the D took that into account there.
All right, guys, what do you think about the offensive approach we've seen so far for the Grizzlies?
Their offense has been a well-oiled machine. They're moving the ball around, playing for one another, and just piling up assists.
And we also got to talk about the number of points they've scored in transition, just jumping all over the opposition in this regard.
Man, he's checked in for Beasley. Then for Memphis, Clark comes in for Edey. And it's Morant in for Pippen. And the basket by Clark.
And they've really managed to dominate inside.
1:16 left in the third. Here's Iverson. He's covered by Jerome. From 11 feet away. Shot's good by Iverson. Iverson's got 10 points. Memphis leading by 5. Here's Jerome. Knocks down the triple.
If you give him that kind of separation, oh, he's going to take full advantage.
And there's the drive, and it's good for 2. 12 points for him.
I love it. His love for the game couldn't be more obvious. It helps him make a positive impact out on the court, and it also keeps the bench fired up.
Takes a step back. Outside for Morant. And another 3 for Memphis.
As Ja gets more consistent from range, he becomes that much more dynamic. And that, let me just tell you, that's going to be bad news for the rest of this league.
We've got a 9-second difference between the shot clock and game clock. Here's Iverson. He's covered by Jerome. Iverson passes to man. They set a pick. From outside the arc. Aldama grabs the board. Right side Morant. Over James. And so it's the Memphis Grizzlies. They have a nice 9-point cushion at the end of the quarter.
Here it is, fans.
With 3 quarters behind us, let's see what this 4th period holds in store. And Jerome has got the ball here for the Grizzlies. Terrence Mann is out there with LeBron James. Then there's James, and it's Iverson in at the point. That's who's in the game for the Lakers. It's stolen by James. Nice ball movement by Los Angeles. Oh, come on! LeBron from way back.
This has been a running theme for him. Hit a number of threes in the first half. Now nails another.
Pass to Jerome. Clark with the screen. Down low. And he takes it in for the layup off a very nice feed. And the Grizzlies lead by 8. The Lakers shooting just 42% so far in the game. James outside. James a screen on Morant. James left side. That falls. Nice feed that time from James. James has got 3 assists tonight. Jerome outside. Back to Aldama. Shot from 16. And good. Got the friendly bounce off the right side of the rim.
The assist numbers certainly stand out. They've really emphasized ball movement here today.
They set the screen. James attacking. Morant against James. Ooh, too long in the paint. And he's hit with a 3-second violation.
At the line for Los Angeles, LeBron James. Shooting 1.
And the free throw no good, but they'll get the ball back here.
I think everybody knows how good LeBron James is, but the thing that makes it remarkable is the longevity of his talent, and he is still leading the way for his team.
The Lakers making a switch here. Beasley's checked in. Morant drawing the double team.
Now at 4 fouls, he'll start to have to be a little bit more careful with his defense the rest of the way.
And Los Angeles making a change here. Gordon's checked in.
Now into the lineup for Los Angeles. Number 20.
Jerome outside. 6 to shoot. target. That would have pushed the lead to double digits.
It hasn't been his best game, but his team is still doing just enough to be up.
Out to Beasley. Pass to James. And once again, off the mark by Los Angeles. Grizzlies lead by 8. Jerome on the wing. It's going to be on LeBron James. That's his 3rd foul so far.
That was a good call. The defense wasn't established.
D'Angelo Russell, he's checked in for the Lakers. And Memphis also making a switch. Jackson, he's checked in for Spencer. 4th quarter of play. We're about 2.5 minutes through it now. The Lakers have gotten half of their attempts to fall in the 4th. 2 for 4 now. And he makes it. James has got 9 points here in the second half.
When LeBron is being aggressive on offense, you got to make a change. You can't let him just have his way.
Timeout, Grizzlies.
Lakers fans, put your hands together. Make some noise for your Lakers hype team.
Spencer's checked in for Aldama. Time now to hear from our reporter, Allie LaForce.
Thanks, guys. Head coach of the Grizzlies had some words for his team over the break. He told his guys, quote, "Do not get complacent. No coasting to the finish line here. Stay on the gas, keep the energy up, and close it out." Coach doesn't just want them to hang on to this lead. He wants them to extend it.
Okay, thank you, Allie. Pass to O'Neal. Russell from outside. Another score. His 5th make out of 10 tries.
Hey, whatever coach told him during the break is beginning to pay off.
Here's Spencer. Check by James. To the paint. Here's Morant. In the paint. Morant puts it in.
And it only makes sense to give him the rock again. He put the team on his back all game.
Yeah, just keep feeding him. That guy is a man on a mission. And the defense, well, they don't have much of an answer. For his sake, I hope they can come back. You hate to see the performance he's having be wasted in a loss.
Here's Jackson. The rebound by Beasley. Beasley's got 4 rebounds in the game. Russell to pass to James. There's the drive. Nothing can slow James down. What a drive.
You want to talk about grown man strength? You want to talk about big boy basketball? LeBron James just accepting the punishment and getting it done.
Outside Morant. Jerome outside. Down to 5 on the shot clock. And no good. Excellent D there from O'Neal.
Well, he better buy his teammates dinner tonight because they've covered him for what has been a terrible, absolutely terrible shooting display.
And guys, the way this defense is getting manhandled down low, you have to wonder if they're at 100% right now.
And it's Morant with the ball for the Grizzlies. Jerome offline with a 3. The 3 from Russell. That's his 6th make in 11 tries.
In today's game, you can never afford to get beat in the three-point battle.
To the inside. And it's going to be a 3-second call.
3-second violation. Lakers ball. Substitution on the court.
Now Los Angeles with it. They're on a 19-6 run. Pass to James. And the Grizzlies pushing it up now. Here's Morant. Here's Wells. That 3's off the mark.
He's not making much of an impact from deep. His sole three-pointer came in the first half.
And he's checked in for Beasley.
To the lineup for your Lakers. Number 10.
And it's the Grizzlies with the ball. 4-point game. Russell from outside. The rebound by Jackson. Right side Wells. And another miss by Memphis. Now Los Angeles with it. They're on a 19-6 run. Pass to Russell. Back to man. Clock at 6. Over Jackson. They get it again. Outside man. Nice ball movement by Los Angeles. Gordon with a screen on Morant. Russell, the pass to Gordon. Misses off the right iron.
Really thought he had this one, and the defense, they were giving it to him.
Now let's head over to the sideline for a report on Santi Aldama. How's he doing, Allie?
Hi, guys. The head athletic trainer for the Grizzlies provided us some information. He said the ankle is definitely swelling, but at this point, they're thinking it's only a sprain. It seems the issue may not be so serious as they're allowing a return to action. I'll give you updates as I get them.
Okay, Allie, thanks.
Yeah, it's always good to get a little bit more clarity on that situation.
The Lakers in the lead. Russell, the pass to Gordon. And the basket is good.
We've seen that more than once today. An effortless basket inside.
Memphis has gone 1 for 5 shooting from the arc here in the fourth. Wells, the pass to Jackson. Got a hand on it. And that'll be Memphis's ball as it goes out of bounds. Grizzlies able to keep possession here.
For Los Angeles, number 3, Allen Iverson.
Here's Wells. Oh, that doesn't go on the chance to tie. The Lakers lead by 3. With the step back. Here's Iverson. Shot from the low post is good.
As a player, a rough first half, look, it can wake you up. Sometimes it leads to much improved play in the second half.
The Grizzlies shooting 51%. Good clip from the field. Jackson outside. And another miss by Memphis.
Shocking that he just bricked that one. The defense got real lucky there.
Shot's good by Iverson.
And adding to this lead right now. Riding a wave of momentum.
Yeah, they've locked in during this stretch. If they keep it up, their lead will only continue to grow.
Edey with a screen on Gordon. Pass to Wells. Now here's Edey. Shot clock at 6. And here's Morant outside. Nails it from beyond the arc. Morant's got 23 points. Los Angeles has gone 3 for 5 from three-point land since the end of the third quarter. Here's Iverson, pounded by Morant. James deciding where to go with it. Pass to Iverson. There's the triple. That falls. Nice feed that time from James. James has got his 7th assist here tonight. Grizzlies trail by 7. Now here's Wells. And so he draws the foul, headed to the line to shoot a pair.
Fourth personal foul, third team foul. At the line for the Grizzlies, Wells. 2 shots.
Shooting 2.
The first free throw is good. No good on the second, so he hits 1 of 2.
So far this quarter, he's been out of sync and might be pressing right now.
From deep. Oh, it doesn't go. Grizzlies trail by 6. Morant driving in. Confident drive from Morant.
Get this man the ball, and he will make something happen. Morant rises to the occasion. Man.
Oh, off target from downtown. And so Morant will bring it up for the Memphis Grizzlies. James with the ball, and Wells picks him up defensively. With the shot, 20 feet away, and no problem.
Nice ball movement there. Delivered the pass right on time.
The Grizzlies shooting 51%. Good clip from the field. Here's Morant. Oh, what a move! Oh, no good! Los Angeles leading by 6. James
is obvious. Manufacture looks from outside the arc.
With the way they're shooting, there's no need to look for any other shot. Just keep letting it rain.
It's stolen. Here's Iverson. And the whistle blows on a backcourt violation. Went over and back. Now here's Morant.
Move by Morant, taking the shot and absorbing the foul.
Fifth personal foul. The fourth team foul.
Good on the first, and that brings him with an 8.
Ja Morant. 2 shots.
And that's good as he hits both shots. And here's Mann. 1:06 left in the fourth. Shot from 16. Edey rips down the board. Well, the Grizzlies shooting 33%. This hasn't been their quarter.
Nice ball movement there. That's how you break down the defense.
Well.
And for the Lakers, they're shooting 47% in this one. Looking efficient. And so they choose to intentionally foul.
First personal foul. First team foul.
For 3. That misses.
Los Angeles foul. LeBron James. Fifth personal foul.
He gets the first, and that shrinks the margin to just 4.
Shooting for Memphis. Well.
And he's unable to get the second one.
Just a tough miss at the line. They're down 2 baskets now.
Nails it!
Great to see guys who don't back down under pressure.
He knew what they needed here and was determined to deliver.
About 7 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Here's Gordon. Driving inside. Now James takes a 3. Money from 3.
And they just continue to attack, even late in the game, while they're up big.
If you want to be great, you have to have that killer instinct.
And the Grizzlies call time here. They're down by 5. Given the situation here, what sort of strategy needs to be top of mind?
They're going to have to work fast coming out of the timeout.
Yeah, no time to waste. They basically have to execute things perfectly from here on out.
Now Wells. And it's out of bounds. They say it was last touched by James.
Ball.
Oh, the long ball, no good. And so it's the Lakers with the W. I'm sure they would have preferred a blowout victory, but a win's a win.
And so true, but you have to credit the crowd for giving them such a big boost toward the end. They really kept this team's energy high.
Thank you for joining us. That'll do it for now. For Richard Jefferson, Grant Hill, and Allie LaForce, this is Brian Anderson. Thank you for being with us. And let's leave you with our player of the game, LeBron James.
Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
Welcome to 2K Sports. We have the NBA coming up. Great to have you with us. Hi, everyone. Kevin Harlan with me tonight. Stan Van Gundy and Greg Anthony. And Allie LaForce is reporting on the sideline. And a quick look at some of the numbers for him.
And the biggest takeaway when you look at his numbers is how good his three-point shooting has been the past 5 games. He's finding the open spots on the perimeter, and when he's getting good looks, boy, he is not missing.
And the starting group for the Grizzlies. They've got Jackson. He's out there with Wells. Ja Morant, he's out there with Zach Edey. And it's Coward in at the shooting guard position. And for the Lakers, they've got James. Malik Beasley out there with Allen Iverson. Then there's Shaquille O'Neal. And it's Gordon in at the 4. And when you look at these teams on paper, there's a clear talent discrepancy.
Yeah, but Kevin, games aren't won on paper. And if you're the underdogs, most people have already written you off. So you go out and play free with no pressure and use all of that public doubt as motivation.
Offensive rebound. And the basket is good. He's got a chance here for one more at the line.
Well, if you're going to foul Edey, you better wrap him up. He's got the strength and size to play through the whistle.
The Grizzlies shooting their first free throw tonight.
Edey, one shot.
And that one misses. And Coach Van Gundy, the big name for Memphis is Ja Morant, but his superstar trajectory hitting a little bit of turbulence.
Well, some of those troubles were self-inflicted, Kevin, but also questions about his high-flying style. As he said himself, the falls can take it out of you.
And that one's good, Morant.
Well, the defense is going to give Morant that shot. They're trying as hard as they can to defend the rim. That opens up the mid-range jumper.
Unable to get the ball in bounds. They get called for the 5-second violation.
And they're losing their concentration here, guys. Just sloppy with the ball.
And stolen by James. And there's the 8-second call as they can't get it across half court in time. Grizzlies have gone 2 of 3 here to start out the game. Pass to Wells. Memphis moving it around. He gets it in there. Morant's got his second bucket.
Well, the defense can't let Morant get comfortable down there or he'll just continue to torture him.
That'll be a 5-second call.
Yeah, a couple turnovers here early on in the quarter, but he's got to just tighten it up a little bit.
All alone. They get it back. Into the lane. Oh, he just jams it right over LeBron. Wow.
Well, this is what the fans want to see. Morant showing off all of his superb athleticism.
Like to thank AT&T for bringing us that spectacular look from their connected cam. Now here's Iverson coming in off a 21-point game his last outing. To stop the run. That one's in, his first shot of this game.
Yeah, what a play right there. Got his man tumbling to the floor and then the balance to knock it down.
My goodness, he certainly got the defender with that move. My ankles are hurting all the way over here.
And the dunk by Jackson.
Doing his job on the glass and doing it with force.
And Greg, it's not everybody in the league who can make those kinds of plays.
Well, he gets paid to be a factor on the glass. That's a nice dunk to finish it off.
And that one's good. James.
LeBron won't hesitate if he finds a spot he likes behind the arc.
Morant kicks to Wells. Memphis the rebound. Coward. Good on the three-point shot.
And not hard to see why they're on the bad end of this run. Just not doing the job on that defensive backboard.
We're about 3 minutes into this first quarter. Iverson against Morant. Down to 5 on the shot clock. And they'll turn it over. Could not get off a shot. 24-second violation.
And let's take a quick look at some stats for Wells. How last month turned out for him, averaging 5 points per game, 2 assists, and 2 rebounds. And for him, it's all about getting better each time he takes the floor.
Yeah, his coaches and teammates see that drive he has, which is why they want to continue helping him in whatever ways they can.
Now here's Jackson. We saw him with 19 points his last outing. And the dunk by Edey.
Yeah, we're seeing some fireworks from them already.
Yeah, I mean, this is exactly.
They're going to turn it over. They couldn't get it in bounds that time.
Memphis ball.
Well, we've got a moment here. Let's now see who the league's top scorers are. Number 5 is Ja Morant.
And his contribution to his team offensively cannot be understated. He is always leading the way for them with his ability to put up points.
Down low. And the dunk by Edey.
And they have owned the paint so far, and the score reflects it.
Yeah, it's not difficult to figure out why they built this lead. They have been dominating.
Unable to get the ball in bounds. They get called for the 5-second violation. Here's Wells to the middle. Pass to Edey. Out to Morant. Edey a screen to the inside. The 3. And Morant is good for 3. Morant's got 9.
Oh, this is the kind of start they were hoping for.
And so J.J. Redick will call a timeout. Coach needs a moment to talk things over.
It's handstand time. Get ready to dance like everyone is watching. Let's go. No, thank you.
Here to see some of the numbers for James. And he sits in the top 15 in points per game. An absolute powerhouse offensively.
And yeah, he's one of the dead-eye sharpshooters in the game for sure. A top 5 percentage guy from deep. Just a hard man to slow down. That'll be a 5-second call. With the All-Star game almost here, let's see how the West is shaping up. You look at the Lakers. They're 6th right now in the conference with lots of time to make a move. And, of course, there's the Grizzlies. Not in the same realm right now in terms of their record.
When I look at Memphis, they have been one of the major surprises in the NBA this season, unfortunately, for the wrong reasons.
Yeah, I just don't know what has happened to them. You get the sense that their frustration is starting to reach a breaking point, too.
They're going to turn it over. They couldn't get it in bounds that time.
Just too many miscues here in the early going.
Pass to Coward. Morant with a wide open look. Offline with his three. Here's Gordon. Last time out he had 14 points. And that's going to be a turnover. They call him for 8 seconds.
Yeah, and that's the story for them in this half. How poorly they've taken care of the basketball. I mean, just giveaway after giveaway.
And now let's send it over to our courtside reporter, Allie LaForce.
I did briefly speak with J.J. Redick. Tonight, it's all about how they deal with the dynamic Ja Morant. Coach said it's simple. We cannot allow Morant to get downhill. That's it. The hard part is actually executing that game plan. Ja has so many moves, so quick and relentless. We can't lose track of him even for a moment. Kevin, back to you.
And Allie, thanks so much. Wells kicks to Morant. Outside for Jackson. The tray. And it's Morant missing. And here's Beasley. Still without a basket. And they call the 8-second violation. Too much time getting it up court. And the Grizzlies leading by 19 points. Morant surveying the D. Pass to Wells. Memphis moving that ball around. Such a wide open look. Coward's got his second basket of the night.
And loving the hustle here early. I mean, they struck first on the offensive glass.
And so J.J. Redick will call a timeout. Coach is going to take a few minutes to regroup and go over the strategy.
All Laker fans, time to cheer on your Lakers hype squad. Let me hear you right now. Attention fans, time now to hype up your Lakers hype squad. Let's hear some noise. It's time to get excited on the Lakers Hype Squad.
Unable to get the ball in bounds. They get called for the 5-second violation.
Sloppy is the only way you can describe his play thus far. Just way too many turnovers.
Now here's Wells. Not a lot of room. And it's Morant missing.
Well, you know, they're in the lead, but he's still been frustrated from an offensive standpoint.
And that's going to be a turnover. They call him for 8 seconds. Well, Stan, one expression you hear, foul baiting. Players using sneaky tricks to draw a foul.
Yeah, look, Kevin, I'm not a huge fan of that, of guys developing that as a skill. But I will say this. It only works against undisciplined defense. If defense has the discipline to stay solid and fundamental, then you're not going to get baited into those things. And a lot of times, those foul baiters end up taking bad shots. Well, you can tell he's forcing things a bit at the moment. He's been trying to get it going, but this hasn't been his quarter.
His turnovers haven't helped their cause. It's almost as if he's playing for the other team.
Pass to Wells.
I got yours.
Here's Coward. Iverson covering. Morant's got space. And another miss by Memphis.
Well, you couldn't ask for a better look. That's one he's got to knock down.
And there's the 8-second call as they can't get it across half court in time.
You know, guys, you don't see that very often. They might need to let him exhale a little bit over on the bench.
And the Grizzlies leading by 21. Outside Jackson. Edey with a screen for Jackson. Pass to Coward. 6 on the shot clock. Memphis needs to get off a shot here. Edey can't hit. Iverson with the ball. He's been putting up the points on a very steady basis, averaging around 17.5 points a game. And it's a completely new group for Los Angeles.
On the court.
They've got a nice little run going here.
Yeah, just making it look easy on the offensive end.
Come on, man, take that.
Some nice passing there by Memphis. Here's Coward. Good. And a nice assist from Morant. Coward's got 8 points.
It's early, but they are getting pummeled on the glass.
That'll be a 5-second call.
Yeah, a moment here to look at the numbers for Ja Morant. He's putting up about 28 points a game, 5 assists, and 3 rebounds. But that's just part of the picture. His defensive presence goes beyond the stat sheet.
Yeah, his true impact on the defensive end cannot be measured by stats.
And he lobs it up toward the rim. Jackson down low, working on Williams. And good. Got the friendly bounce off the right side of the rim.
They've been excellent so far, coming in with a well-balanced attack.
Yeah, now it's all about maintaining this lead, but you can't start playing it safe. You got to keep attacking and executing.
And the Grizzlies making a change here. Here's Spencer. He's covered by Watson. Pass to Morant. And the dunk by Edey.
Well, you know, it's funny, but young Zach Edey has already established himself as one of the best offensive rebounders in this league.
They're going to turn it over. They couldn't get it in bounds that time. Morant outside. Pass to Jerome. And it's Russell with the rebound.
I'm sure he'd like to have that back. That's a missed opportunity.
And they call the 8-second violation. Too much time getting it up court.
Memphis ball.
Well, defense is a big part of these players' games as the top shot blockers among small forwards this season. You look at Watson, second in the NBA, a great defender. And, of course, LeBron James.
Just superb in terms of their athletic defending ability. I mean, all of them. They never give up on a play and do everything they can to challenge each and every shot.
Well, and having that kind of length and activity on the wing, that's really something you need in this league to win at the highest level.
Unable to get the ball in bounds, they get called for the 5-second violation.
3 early turnovers, Kevin. He needs to regain his focus and start righting this ship.
Jerome deciding where to go with it. Took him no time at all on that one.
And the defense looks soft early on. They've got to sum it up. A little more sense of urgency.
That'll be a 5-second call.
Violation. Memphis ball.
Pass to Morant. Looking to end his cold spell, Spencer. Good, and a nice assist from Morant. Morant's got 5 assists tonight.
And they don't want to get in a habit of giving him open looks from 3. First quarter still, but not who you want to leave open.
They're going to turn it over. They couldn't get it in bounds that time. Here's Spencer. Looking at his numbers, he's averaging about 6.5 points a game. And the call will be against Bronny James. That is his first foul of the game. Here's Spencer. Pass to Morant. Up top, Jerome. Here's Spencer. And out of bounds as the Lakers gain possession.
Los Angeles ball. Substitution on the court.
Unable to get the ball in bounds. They get called for the 5-second violation.
And that'll make a pair of turnovers for him in just the last few minutes. So he's got to be a little bit more deliberate with the ball out there.
Caldwell Pope passes to Spencer. Memphis moving that ball around. Clark sets a screen for Jerome. Pass to Spencer. Back to Caldwell Pope to the paint. And it's blocked. Now Williams. Nothing on the board. And that's going to be a turnover. They call him for 8 seconds. Some changes for Memphis. Prosper's checked in. And it's Scottie Pippen in for Caldwell Pope.
Prosper, Pippen.
Memphis in total control. 1:19 left in the first quarter of the game. Here's Jerome over Russell. Jerome, no good. Now here's Williams. And they call the 8-second violation. Too much time getting it up court. The Grizzlies making a switch here. Hendricks is checked in.
Grizzlies, number 22, Taylor Hendricks.
The Grizzlies shooting up to 51%, an outstanding early going for them. Pippen down low. James covering. And stolen by James. And there's the 8-second call as they can't get it across half court in time. Kelly Oubre's checked in for Williams.
Coming onto the floor for your Lakers, number 12.
Memphis in total control. Jerome with it. And he can be counted on to put some points on the board every night. He's averaging right around 13.5 points a game.
Like the pass from Clark there, showing he can be a piece of the puzzle.
They're going to turn it over. They couldn't get it in bounds that time.
I tell you what, they've got a nice reservation for him over on the bench. If he keeps this up, 4th turnover already.
And that great replay brought to us by the AT&T Connected Cam. There's 31 seconds left to play here in the first. Clark a screen on James. And it's Clark with the jam.
Quick off the floor and powerful. Clark loves to attack that rim.
That'll be a 5-second call.
Violation. Memphis ball.
Here's Clark. He's averaging just around 8.5 points a game. Russell against Jerome. He's whistled for the 5-second back to the basket violation. They're going to turn it over. They couldn't get it in bounds that time.
Yeah, just a sloppy start. He has got to do a better job of valuing the possessions.
12 seconds left here in the first quarter. Here's Pippen. Here's Clark. That falls nicely on the feed that time from Pippen. Clark's got his second basket of the night. Unable to get the ball in bounds. They get called for the 5-second violation. Pippen outside. And that one released in time, but no good. And so it's the Memphis Grizzlies holding an unbelievable lead as the quarter wraps up. And they're winning the turnover battle very easily in this one. We'll get you back to the action after this break. And welcome back to the second quarter of action. Plenty of basketball left to play, but this one has been one-sided so far. All right, well, look at how the points have been generated so far. A scoring breakdown for the Grizzlies.
Well, they're in a great flow. The ball's moving. All those assisted buckets means the offense is running well.
And another thing, guys, they've been very active tonight, frequently creating scoring opportunities off turnovers.
That'll be a 5-second call.
And a chance to check out some stats for Gordon. How's the last month of basketball been for him? Putting up about 10 points a night, 5 rebounds, and 2 assists. Fantastic totals for him across the board. I wouldn't be surprised if he keeps rolling.
Yeah, and make no mistake, we're watching a special guy here, and his numbers only tell a fraction of the story.
And they've had assists now in their last 3 baskets.
They're going to turn it over. They couldn't get it in bounds that time.
Just been really inefficient. 5 turnovers. You know, it's as if he's playing for the other team.
Beyond the arc. It's hauled in by Los Angeles. They came away with the victory in their last meeting, which, by the way, was also in this building.
Yeah, really ratcheted up the pressure in their last matchup, getting steals and just creating havoc defensively.
Well, when you can turn defense into offense like that, it certainly makes the game a lot easier.
So the Grizzlies 5 right now. We've got Ty Jerome, also Scottie Pippen out there. And it's Clark in at the 5, roaming the paint. Now here's Pippen. He has yet to score. Just 5 to shoot. Pass to Spencer. And Shaq pulls it down. And that's going to be a turnover. They called for 8 seconds. While we have a break in the action, now let's check out the league's best shooting teams. The Lakers, number 1.
Just tremendously disciplined offensively, always looking for the best possible shot. That's how they've gotten that field goal percentage to skyrocket.
Jerome against Iverson. Here's Hendricks. A 3-pointer, no good.
Well, that's what the defense has to do. Make that shot as uncomfortable for him as possible.
And they call the 8-second violation. Too much time getting it up court.
Memphis ball.
And here's what the schedule for the Lakers looks like. On Tuesday, they'll take on Zion Williamson and the New Orleans Pelicans. And then on Wednesday, they'll be playing against Victor Wembanyama and the San Antonio Spurs.
And that matchup against the Bucks, that's going to be one where it would take a lot of errors and maybe a cold shooting night for things to go wrong. They just have that much of an advantage over that team.
And let's go to the sideline. Here's Allie.
Well, thanks a lot, guys. Well, this September, Grizzlies legend Marc Gasol was enshrined in the Basketball Hall of Fame. A 3-time All-Star and Defensive Player of the Year, Marc was acquired in a trade for his brother, Pau Gasol, who was likewise an All-Star with the Grizzlies. Marc, a fixture on and off the court in Memphis. Kevin, back to you.
All right, Allie, thanks a lot. And Memphis making a change here. Prosper's checked in. And now approaching 2 minutes of action here in the second quarter. Jerome passes to Spencer. It's blocked by Shaq.
And the aggressiveness on display here from O'Neal. Terrific at turning shots away with that size and length.
And there's the 8-second call as they can't get it across half court in time. The Grizzlies have gone 2 of 6 from the field in the second quarter so far. Pass to Jerome. That falls nicely on the feed that time from Pippen. Jerome's got 9.
The assist totals, Kevin, just continue to grow. They're way ahead in that category. Ball movement has been flawless. And they've been just a little too casual with the basketball. It continues to haunt them.
Oh, that's all right. I'll watch it. Let him come to you.
And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2. So Stan, just for old time's sake, do you think the league should bring back the hand check? Do you miss it?
Well, look, Kevin, I think what the league's done with allowing freedom of movement has made this game a lot better than it was. I think the key, as it is in most things, is finding the balance where we're giving the defense a chance, not calling cheap fouls, but also not letting them just physically overpower each other.
No good on that one. He hits the second from the line. Unable to get the ball in bounds. They get called for the 5-second violation.
I mean, these giveaways aren't doing them any favors on the scoreboard.
And for those of you just joining us, we're almost 2.5 minutes into the second quarter. And that one's good. Morant.
Well, normally Morant is scoring off the dribble. It's good to see him being effective off the ball.
That'll be a 5-second call.
This game is going to get even more out of hand unless they start valuing the basketball.
Pass to Coward. No one near as Jerome lets it go. Misses the 3. And here's Shaq. Still yet to score. And that's going to be a turnover. They called for 8 seconds.
And they've got a lot of ground to make up, and it's hard to do if you continue to struggle offensively.
And they double up Morant. Clark with it, and it's Gordon picking him up. Morant left side. Here's Coward. Good, and a nice assist from Morant. Morant's got 6 assists in the game.
And it just seems that every pass they make is leading to a score. Just great ball movement.
Unable to get the ball in bounds, they get called for the 5-second violation. Just under 3.5 minutes played here in the second quarter. Back to Jerome. Count it. Good. Jerome's got 10 points now just in this quarter.
Well, even when there's not an open passing lane, Ja will create one. He is an excellent passer.
They're going to turn it over. They couldn't get it in bounds that time.
And continuing to cough it up here, the TO's threatening to cost these guys the game.
Jerome passes to Morant. Puts it up. Misses the jumper.
That's one he knows he should have drained.
And there's the 8-second call as they can't get it across half court in time.
How about turnover number 4 for him alone here in this quarter? He has got to do a better job.
For Memphis, they come in off the loss to the Lakers. The electric Ja Morant, the leader of this team, Stan. What's his focus need to be going forward?
Well, look, Kevin, I think it's pretty simple with Ja Morant. We know how good he is. Can he keep himself on the floor on a consistent basis, which for Ja means staying healthy and staying out of trouble. If he can do that, there's no question about his ability or his ability to lead this team.
Jackson, he's checked in for Memphis. Morant outside. Pass to Jackson.
Man, just adding insult to injury. He just waltzes inside and extends this lead.
Well, it's not going to get any easier if they can't improve their defensive intensity. They got to show some fight.
Morant right side. Will not go. This is off the front iron. Here's O'Neal. Scoreless thus far. And they call the 8-second violation. Too much time getting it up court.
And all the turnovers, guys, are hurting his team. I mean, he's continuing to just give the ball away.
Outside Jackson. Out to Morant. Inside, Clark. Good, and a nice assist from Morant. Morant's got his 8th assist here tonight.
You got to know, this is Clark's skill set at this stage of his career. He takes quality shots when he's inside.
That'll be a 5-second call.
Grizzlies ball.
And it's out of bounds. Last touch by O'Neal.
Now that's an unforced error. If you want to drive your coach crazy, that's the way to do it.
Top of the key, Morant. Wide open look. And that one drops for him. Morant's got 5 points now in the quarter.
Yeah, look, Morant knows he can always find space for that jumper because defenders are always playing the drive.
Unable to get the ball in bounds, they get called for the 5-second violation. Pass to Jackson. Clark sets a screen for Jackson to the inside, and that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle, and 2 shots coming up. It's on Shaq.
Easy to appreciate the physicality that Clark plays with. This is what earns him those calls.
He's getting his first free throw attempt of the night right now.
An okay season at the free throw line for him so far, sitting right around 76%.
And that one falls for Clark. And although it's still early in the season, Greg, what kinds of storylines have caught your attention so far?
How the All-Star voting is shaping up. All-Star appearances are mentioned on a player's resume, especially when they retire. So these guys want to be one as many times as possible.
And so Clark nails both of them.
As we've gotten closer to halftime, their style has become more and more physical.
That'll be a 5-second call. Let's check out the NBA's top producers from three-point land. 5th on the list, LeBron James.
What a percentage that is for him from three-point range this season. His deep touch is about as good as you're going to see.
And so here's Memphis. They haven't allowed any points in the second quarter. And again, Memphis no good.
Well, in the rebounding game, at least, it's been a strong physical performance for him.
And there's the 8-second call as they can't get to the cross half court in time. And the Lakers making a change here. Williams has checked in. Zach Edey, he's checked in for Memphis. Memphis has gone 4-7 on three-point shots in the second quarter. Pass to Wells. Here's the 3. A rebound by the Lakers. LeBron's got 4 rebounds now tonight. And that's going to be a turnover. They call him for 8 seconds.
Young fella is a walking turnover right now. Just far too sloppy in this quarter.
It's been a nice stretch for them offensively.
I mean, the communication's great. The movement's been really good. This is solid team basketball.
Now, here's Wells. He's got 5. Now James. And they call the 8-second violation. Too much time getting it up court.
Memphis ball.
And for Memphis, they're shooting at an even 50% from the floor here in the second quarter. Morant, the bounce pass. Jackson against Williams. Knocked loose. Williams with the steal. And there's the 8-second call as they can't get it across half court in time. Big group substitution here for the Lakers. Nick Richards, he's checked in for Aaron Gordon. Peyton Watson comes in for LeBron. James checked in for Malik Beasley. And it's Russell in for Allen Iverson. Now here's Morant. He had a 27-point outing in their last game against the Lakers in Los Angeles.
Yeah, and you can't overlook the 4 steals he added. Those were some major momentum swings.
They're going to turn it over. They couldn't get it in bounds that time.
T.O. number 5 for him in the game, and that's way too high of a number for any one player.
And so here's Memphis. They haven't allowed any points in the second quarter. Wells dishes to Jackson. Back to Wells. From the wing. And that one's good. Coward. Coward's got 13.
His strong shooting has really helped them secure this lead.
Unable to get the ball in bounds. They get called for the 5-second violation. Pass to Morant. All sorts of time, and the Grizzlies check on 2 more.
Well, we know he can beat you in so many ways. Ja Morant is a star.
That'll be a 5-second call.
Violation. Grizzlies ball.
Takes a 3, and that one's good. Coward. Coward's got 8 points here in this quarter.
And guys, he's been a one-man air raid coming at them time and time again.
Well, what I love about his three-point shooting is the spacing that he's adding. It makes things a lot easier for everyone else.
Wells finds Morant. Takes it off the glass. He's got 18.
Well, what a quarter he's had. You can tell he's in the flow. They should be looking for him every possession.
They're going to turn it over. They couldn't get it in bounds that time.
Grizzlies ball.
And so it's Memphis with it. Launches it. It's hauled in by Watson.
He may have had too much time to think about it.
And they call the 8-second violation. Too much time getting it up court.
Memphis ball.
The Grizzlies shooting so far very efficient. All around, about 55%. Here's Coward. James covering. Wells wide open. Oh, good with the triple.
Well, you can tell he thinks he should have had that one. Even harder on him when he's got a good look like that and it doesn't go down.
And that's going to be a turnover. They call him for 8 seconds. They have been really controlling this one.
You never want to be complacent on the floor. That's when you lose momentum.
Now here's Morant. He's got 18. And yes, it's good. Morant's got 11 here in this quarter alone.
Another bucket down low. They've been the aggressors, taking the ball inside and attacking at the rim.
Grizzlies ball.
Memphis moving it around. Rebound the Lakers. Now here's Williams. No scoring in this one. And there's the 8-second call as they can't get it across half court in time. Oubre's checked in for the Lakers.
For Los Angeles, number 12, Kelly Oubre Jr.
Looking at Los Angeles, they took the win in their last game against Memphis. 1:44 left now here in the second. And they call the 8-second violation. Too much time getting it up court. With the chance to keep this run going.
Yeah, how about the efficiency that they're operating with at the moment?
Here's Coward. Count that one as his 7th make in 8 attempts. A scorching 88%.
Yeah, 3 consecutive field goals have come right at the rim. The D had better start buckling down.
Memphis ball.
Wells kicks to Morant. From outside, off the mark. Watson with it. Still scoreless. And that's going to be a turnover. They call him for 8 seconds.
3 turnovers in the quarter alone. A bad stretch, and they can't win this game without better play from him.
And for Memphis, they're shooting the ball beautifully in the second quarter. They're at 55% from the field. Jackson has the open look. It's in, and he's a very efficient 5 for 6 on the game.
And watching that defensive effort right there, you wonder how much they want this game.
Yeah, I got to agree. Their defensive commitment's got to be a lot better.
Memphis ball.
They get a hand on it. On the inbound, it's hauled in by Los Angeles.
Oh, this is exactly the kind of opportunity you don't want to waste.
The full court Hail Mary is offline.
And that's one way to end up in the highlights.
Yeah, all right. That'd be an automatic benching if I was coaching. What was that?
Unable to get the ball in bounds, they get called for the 5-second violation. And so it looks like the Grizzlies will retain possession here.
Grizzlies ball.
There's 38 seconds left in the first half. Three-pointer. Sinks the three-pointer. Morant's got 23 points.
Bringing that three-point percentage up quite a bit this quarter. Shooting it well. The lead's going to get a little bit bigger if they can keep this up.
That'll be a 5-second call.
Memphis ball.
Lots of room. And the Grizzlies tack on 2 more.
Well, he's just dominating right now. If his teammates are smart, they'll keep getting him the ball.
They're going to turn it over. They couldn't get it in bounds that time.
Memphis ball.
Knocks it loose. And the ball travels out of bounds. It was last touched by Oubre.
Great energy on the deflection and a good job disrupting their offense.
Yeah, there's nothing easy on offense. Coaches love seeing that kind of hustle on the defensive end.
5-second differential between the shot clock and the game clock. And it's a defensive 3-second violation.
Memphis ball.
And he's got his first chance at the line here.
Gotta admire what he's been able to do at the free throw line this season. How about over 90%?
Shooting one.
And the technical free throw is good.
Well, the way that Morant is able to twist and contort through a defense, he is one of a kind in that regard.
Los Angeles on D. No points yet here in the second quarter for them. Back to Edey. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line.
Well, when Edey gets the ball there, it usually generates points of some kind.
He's 0 of 1 from the line, missing on his first trip.
2 shots.
Free throw good. Edey.
Well, with Zach Edey, it's about more than his 7'4" size. Skills will develop, his timing will improve, but he's already got the physical foundation of a great player.
That one falls, so he hits both of them. That'll be a 5-second call.
Foul violation. Memphis ball.
There's 14 seconds left here in the second. A floater. Second chance shot. And he lays it up and in. Edey's got 6 points in the quarter.
And that's a lesson for the D. Fight harder on the glass.
Yeah, they need to pay attention to the details. Second chance points are backbreakers.
Here's Edey. He's coming off a 16-point game against the Lakers. 1 second left, and Morant gets it to go on the assist by Jackson. Jackson's got his 4th assist with that last one here tonight. Unable to get the ball in bounds. They get called for the 5-second violation. Here's Wells. And the last shot at the buzzer doesn't go in for him. A dominating first half of basketball. And so far, hasn't been close. It's the Grizzlies delivering the blowout. And we'll be back right after halftime for the start of the third quarter. We'll see you in a bit.
And please direct your attention to center court. And get ready for the fan half-court shot from the East. They're measuring up the shot. Better next time. One more time, a round of applause for the participants.
Welcome, everybody. We'll get things going with a look at who might be participating in the upcoming three-point contest.
You gotta love All-Star Weekend, guys, especially when it comes to the three-point contest.
I think we should have a three-point contest right now. You and me, Shaq. Come on.
I don't even think you could beat Ernie.
Hey, easy. And let's talk now about that first half. What a commanding start for the Memphis Grizzlies.
I'll tell you one thing. They're going to keep going inside until the defense proves it can slow them down.
Shaq, why are you crying?
Leave me alone. This is you. Help me with the word, Ernie. This is...
well, to me, it seems euphoric.
Yeah, that's the word I was thinking, Ernie. Why? Why?
That'll do it for our show tonight. Thanks for joining us, and we'll send you back to Kevin Harlan for more Hoops action.
And with a big gap on the scoreboard, the second half begins with very different goals for these teams. One side trying to mount a comeback, one side trying to protect their lead. Guys, Ja Morant has been sensational.
Well, with a double-double in hand through 2 quarters, you can just imagine what his stat line will look like at the end of this one.
Well, he's already put in a full day's work. They might want to lighten the load on him in the second half.
And after a very lopsided first half, we'll see if things play out a little more evenly here in the second. They're going to turn it over. They couldn't get it in bounds that time. While we can, let's have a peek at the league's top foul shooting teams over the course of the last month. In third, the Grizzlies.
And they've had a lot of success at the free throw line, converting those at a high level. So I'd look for them to continue to attack the rim.
Wells passes to Morant. Gets an open look and hits. Morant's got 30.
His scoring is a big reason why they're up right now. Let's see if they can close it out.
That'll be a 5-second call.
Foul violation. Grizzlies ball.
Wells finds Morant. Back to Wells. Good, and a nice assist from Morant. Wells has got his third basket of the night right there.
And that pick takes the D totally out of the equation.
Yeah, you've got to lock and trail hard. You can't allow him a clean look from there.
Here's Wells. Morant outside. A three-pointer off the mark.
Really surprising to see the huge edge they have in rebounds, given what the scoreboard says.
And there's the 8-second call as they can't get it across half court in time.
Tough to recover when you continue to turn the basketball over at this rate.
LeBron James is out there with Aaron Gordon. Then there's Allen Iverson. Then it's Malik Beasley. And it's Shaq in at the 5. That's the Laker 5.
And making 3 of their first 4 shots in this half is a strong start. Now it's about growing that momentum.
Unable to get the ball in bounds. They get called for the 5-second violation. And it's the Grizzlies with the ball. They haven't given up any points here in the second half. 90 seconds now into the second half. And they call the 8-second violation. Too much time getting it up court.
The Achilles heel of this team right now, turnovers.
Grizzlies have gone 3 of 5 to start the second half, developing a nice rhythm out there. Jackson, a screen on Iverson. On the wing, Jackson from past the arc. It falls for the 6th time in 7 tries this contest. That's 86%.
Having a lot of trouble stopping the three-point shot.
They're going to turn it over. They couldn't get it in bounds that time.
And mistakes, guys, this quarter have translated to 9 points at the other end.
To the paint. Here's Coward, covered by Beasley. And now around 2 minutes gone by in this half. Here's Morant. Again, Memphis.
And the jump shot has been a dimension of this game where they've had a clear advantage.
Unable to get the ball in bounds. They get called for the 5-second violation. Wells with it, working on James, and it's Morant missing.
And I wouldn't put it past him, guys, to eventually start hitting those, given what he did in the first half.
And that's going to be a turnover. They call him for 8 seconds.
Grizzlies ball.
And the Grizzlies with possession. They picked up 11 straight. Pass to Edey. Back to Morant. And they double up Morant. Wells. Here's Edey. Count the bucket. And he's got a free throw coming up as well.
Guys, they're just getting outworked. I mean, plain and simple. It's got to be more of a collective effort to secure that backboard.
The Grizzlies have scored 6 points from their 8 attempts at the line so far.
And team free throw numbers really about as good as you could ask for, around 80% on the season.
Free throw good. Edey. That'll be a 5-second call.
Violation. Grizzlies ball.
And that's out of bounds. Memphis will retain possession.
And the misconnection there. Fans guarding their beverages. That's a pass he'd like back for sure.
And now we're 3 minutes into the third quarter of play. Wells finds Morant. Back to Wells. No good from outside.
Well, the defense catches a break there. You expect him to make those.
And there's the 8-second call as they can't get it across half court in time. And here are the Grizzlies. Right now on a 14-0 run. We're now joined by our sideline reporter, Allie LaForce. Allie, it's all yours.
Well, Commissioner Adam Silver talked about tweaking the game. He said analytics takes sports in a certain direction because it's a coach and GM's job to win, and they'll do everything they can to do so under the existing rules. It's on us to adjust because we're also looking at the aesthetic appeal of the game. Kevin, back to you.
Thanks so much, Allie, for the report. For Memphis, they've gotten 6 of their 12 shots to drop for him here in the second half so far. Morant passes to Wells. Now Jackson. It's hauled in by Gordon. Gordon's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. And they call the 8-second violation. Too much time getting it up court.
Memphis ball.
Memphis has gone into a slump here from three-point range, shooting just 1 of 5 here in the third. And they pick up 2.
And that bucket adds to what has been a big difference in points in the paint between the two teams.
Unable to get the ball in bounds. They get called for the 5-second violation. Morant right side. Pass to Jackson. Back to Morant. It's good. The assist this time from Jackson.
The assist.
Jackson's got 5 assists tonight.
Well, we've seen that movie a few times, haven't we? An easy bucket in the paint.
They're going to turn it over. They couldn't get it in bounds that time.
Memphis ball.
Wells dishes to Jackson. Memphis moving it around. And it's Morant missing.
He'll probably hear about that shot selection when he gets back to the bench. Maybe not their best option.
Grizzlies have gone 8 of 16 in the third quarter to put their second half shooting percentage right at 50%. And the Lakers with another turnover here.
Memphis ball.
They're scoreless since the first half. And for Memphis, they're shooting it well here in the third, about 50%. Launches a 3. It's hauled in by Gordon. Gordon's got his 5th rebound in this one. And out of bounds as Memphis gains possession.
Grizzlies ball.
Memphis has gotten 1 of 6 3-pointers to drop since coming out of the locker room at halftime.
Well, the screen is what gave him space to make his move.
That'll be a 5-second call.
Foul violation. Memphis ball.
Wells kicks to Morant. Jackson looking around. Pass to Coward. His three-pointer's off the mark.
And not allowing the shooter even an inch of breathing room on that one.
There's no air space there whatsoever. That's as close as you can get without fouling.
The Grizzlies shooting has been terrific. 54% on the game. Another possession, another assist.
That makes 15 assists.
He's been one step ahead of the defense all game long. Unable to get the ball in bounds. They get called for the 5-second violation. And stolen by LeBron. And out of bounds as Memphis gains possession.
Grizzlies ball.
Williams is checked in for O'Neal.
Court.
They are in complete control.
This is the ultimate definition of the zone. Everything they've done has worked. Never a bad idea to run the old pick play.
You're right. And if it produces a slam like that, we'll probably see more of them.
Yeah, defensive breakdown there. Gotta communicate and switch that screen.
Grizzlies foul. Prosper. First personal foul.
That'll be a 5-second call.
Violation. Grizzlies ball.
Clark finds Morant. Here's Jerome. Fires the three. The Lakers with the rebound. Gordon's got his 6th rebound on the night.
They've been the better rebounding team by a healthy margin, but it hasn't been enough.
It's been a very successful stretch for him.
I mean, you are so right. This is quite a run they're on.
Well, the defense got lucky there. More often than not, he's making that shot.
And it's going to be out of bounds. The Grizzlies will take it. And for Memphis, they're shooting an efficient 53% from the field. That one falls. Prosper's got his first points of the night.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
They're going to turn it over. They couldn't get it in bounds that time.
Memphis ball.
Puts it up off the inbound. And that one is good from Jerome. Jerome's got 14 points.
And the crisp passing has opened things up for them offensively.
Unable to get the ball in bounds. They get called for the 5-second violation. And Los Angeles will go for a different look here. Kelly Oubre's checked in for Aaron Gordon. Peyton Watson comes in for LeBron. James checked in for Malik Beasley. And it's Russell in for Allen Iverson. Goes up off the inbound. Again, Memphis.
Just impressed with the teamwork out there, setting the table for one another.
That'll be a 5-second call.
Foul violation. Grizzlies ball.
Here's Morant. He's got 36.
The shot's there for him, and he's got to take it. I don't care if he doesn't convert. That's a shot he has to continue to take.
And there's the 8-second call as they can't get it across half court in time. The Grizzlies shooting it well here in the third, about 50%. To the middle, here's Clark. A good finish at the rack off the slick feed. He's got 10.
Precise delivery on the pass. Led him perfectly.
They're going to turn it over. They couldn't get it in bounds that time.
Memphis ball.
Clark, a screen on James. Morant passes to Clark. Good, and the nice assist from Morant.
The assist.
Clark's got 12.
Pushing the action, getting others involved. He does it time and time again.
Yeah, when you're moving the ball like that, it just keeps everyone engaged in the game.
The Grizzlies making a switch here. Hendricks is checked in.
Number 22, Taylor Hendricks.
Pass to Morant. Back to Jerome. Lets it go from deep. Oubre pulls it in.
Well, and after making just one triple going into the break, he's still looking for his first make from distance here in the second half.
And that's going to be a turnover. They call him for 8 seconds. Guys, they're on a really nice roll here.
Yeah, just haven't wasted any opportunities.
Russell against Jerome. And stolen by Watson. Six to shoot. And they force the shot clock violation. Great D.
Memphis ball.
So it's the Grizzlies now. They haven't given up any points here in the second half. Morant finds Jerome. And another assist for him. The chemistry he has with his guys is impressive.
Keeping his head on a swivel, actively seeking out his teammate.
Unable to get the ball in bounds. They get called for the 5-second violation. Clark, a screen on James. Pass to Jerome. And again, another assist.
And that last assist ties him for the franchise record for most in a game. How about the night he's having?
He's been on time and pinpoint with his passing all game long. Fantastic performance to tie the franchise record. Here's Morant. Tries again, and Clark puts it in. Clark's got 14.
They're consistently finding ways to get the ball inside and taking full advantage.
That'll be a 5-second call.
Violation. Memphis ball.
Here's Jerome. He's got 19. Here's Morant. And the Grizzlies tack on 2 more.
Well, when you have a guy scoring like he is, you redraw every play to be about getting him the ball.
They're going to turn it over. They couldn't get it in bounds that time.
Grizzlies ball.
Jerome against Russell. And that one is good from Jerome. Jerome's got 9 points here in the second half.
Another good play. This is how they built the lead, calling on the right guys at the right time.
Yeah, come on. They're just having their way out there and continuing to press the advantage.
.115 left in the third. Morant against James. And then Morant slams it in.
Well, this kind of performance from Morant doesn't surprise anyone. He can score with the best of them.
Oh, that's an outstanding view from the AT&T Connected Cam. That'll be a 5-second call.
Violation.
The Lakers making a switch here. O'Neal's checked in.
Now into the lineup for Los Angeles. Number 41, Shaquille O'Neal.
There's a minute left here in the third quarter. Clark, a screen on James. Lobbed up there for Clark. Doesn't go that time.
And what should have been a simple pass and finish ends up in a missed opportunity on that alley-oop attempt.
Yeah, that just comes down to the timing being off between those two guys.
And Memphis making a change here. Prosper's checked in.
Olivier Maxence, Prosper.
This could get even more out of hand if they continue to put up points.
Wow, Kevin, what a performance we are seeing.
Too long in the paint, and he's hit with a 3-second violation. The Grizzlies have gone 7 of 9 from the free throw line tonight.
At the line for one.
There's 37 seconds left in the third quarter of the game. Down low. And another assist.
And sure enough, he's just set the single-game franchise record for assists.
Showing that vision both to find his team.
That's an inbound violation. Memphis ball.
Russell against Jerome. And it's sent back by O'Neal.
Well, in the rebounding game, at least, it's been a strong physical performance for him.
And there's the 8-second call as they can't get it across half court in time. And the Grizzlies with possession here. They haven't given up any points here in the second half. The three from Morant. Ja Morant has been leading the charge, guys, for the Grizzlies. That quarter had to take a lot out of him. He racked up 12 points. We'll return shortly. And let's take this chance now to show you the State Farm assist of the game.
Just true artistry right there. I mean, great decision on where to go with the ball, and how about the perfect delivery?
Wow, that was an absolute masterpiece of an assist. He knew exactly when to deliver the ball, and it made for a beautiful score.
And there may not be a lot of drama down the stretch as we head into the fourth quarter, but stranger things have happened. On the court for Memphis to start the fourth, we've got Brandon Clark. Ty Jerome out there with Scottie Pippen. And it's Spencer in at the small forward. Stan, we've seen teams make surprising playoff runs only to falter the next year. Team trajectories not always a straight line, clearly.
No, absolutely, Kevin. I would think in most cases it's not a straight line. Because, look, the other teams are all trying to win, too. That's what makes things different. So you might be slightly off the next year and someone else makes a big jump, and then it looks like your decline is a lot bigger than it is. Every year is a new year.
To the middle, here's Clark, and slam dunk by Clark.
For a center, he's maybe undersized, but his ability to get in the air to make a play balances that out.
Unable to get the ball in bounds. They get called for the 5-second violation. A little over a minute of the fourth quarter gone right now. Pippen feeling it out a bit. Back to Jerome. Shoots the three. The shot's good on the assist by Pippen. Jerome's got 24.
Well, he's been more confident shooting it since the half. Let's see if that trend continues.
That'll be a 5-second call. So, as a coach, during this long season, how do you keep your players engaged?
That's a great question, Kevin, but I got to tell you, I think it comes more to the players than the coaches. I think as a coach, you try to be consistent. You're always a little worried about fatigue. You've got to be concerned about the work and rest balance, both mentally and physically. But the players just have to be professional and get themselves ready to play on a daily basis.
Lets the three fly. Rebounded by the Lakers. Gordon's got his 7th rebound of the game with that last one. And they call the 8-second violation. Too much time getting it up court.
And that's just a careless play, and part of the reason right now they're trailing.
For Memphis, they've gone 2 for 5 on field goal attempts in the fourth quarter. To the inside. Here's Clark, and it's Clark slamming it down.
And giving up some inches inside, but makes up for it with an aggressive style.
Yeah, you got to love that kind of effort. Getting in there and fighting through the defense.
And 3 turnovers in the fourth. He's not making things any easier for his team.
Grizzlies making a switch here. Hendricks is checked in. Just under 2.5 minutes gone here in the final quarter.
Well, he's making a concerted effort to use the three-point shot here in the second half. Only 1 in the first, 3 since the break.
They're going to turn it over. They couldn't get it in bounds that time. So, GA, between the NBA Cup, the play-in, the new All-Star game formats, the NBA not averse to some experimentation.
No doubt. And listen, not all the ideas have been successful, right? But overall, that willingness to innovate has paid off. The world doesn't stand still, and neither should the NBA.
And there's the 8-second call as they can't get it across half court in time.
And this deficit, a direct result of their lack of execution offensively.
Here are the Grizzlies with the ball. They've got a 10-0 run going. Clark outside. And the 3 off target. And just about 3 minutes through the fourth quarter here. And that's going to be a turnover. They call him for 8 seconds.
Yeah, another costly turnover. That's number 4 here in the fourth.
The Grizzlies have gone 4 of 8 in this fourth quarter, shooting at even 50% from the field. Here's Hendricks. Great pass to set up the lay-in.
Well-placed pass in the hands of a guy ready to attack.
Unable to get the ball in bounds. They get called for the 5-second violation.
And these turnovers he's committing are just killing his team.
And we're about 3.5 minutes into the fourth quarter. Pippen with it. He's picked up by LeBron. And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here. It's going to be on Malik Beasley. You know, Coach, how would you describe Scottie Pippen Jr.?
I think Scottie Pippen Jr. is one of the most underrated players in the league. This guy is a very good starting level NBA point guard who can get to the paint, create shots for himself and others, and he's as good defensively guarding the ball as just about anybody in the league.
That free throw good from Pippen. Craig, when it comes to All-Star Weekend, which event do you look forward to the most?
It's got to be the three-point contest, right? No judges, no half-hearted defense. There's a purity to it that I just appreciate.
So after making the first, he goes 1 for 2. We've played just over 3.5 minutes now in the fourth quarter. And there's the 8-second call as they can't get it across half court in time. Memphis with the ball. It's been 13 unanswered points for him. And stolen by Iverson. And they call the 8-second violation. Too much time getting it up court.
Grizzlies ball.
Jerome against Iverson. Jerome passes to Clark. And it's sent back by O'Neal. And here's Beasley. And there's the 8-second call as they can't get it across half court in time. Now the Grizzlies with it. It's been 13 unanswered points for them. Knocked away. Now Gordon. And that's going to be a turnover. They call him for 8 seconds. You know, GA, one great thing about the NBA, well, there are many things, but one great thing is that there's always new talent coming through the ranks.
Yeah, I mean, the future is bright. And Kevin, I really like this year's draft class. Man, we just continue to add exciting young talent to the mix.
And that's just cold-blooded right there. He's taking no prisoners.
Yeah, he's leaving no doubt in this one. Doing everything he can to slam the door on a comeback.
That'll be a 5-second call. Some nice passing there by Memphis. And a miss there on the triple.
And on an open look like that, he's very gifted at making the weak coverage pay.
And there's the 8-second call as they can't get it across half court in time. And here are the Grizzlies now. 15 points in a row. A good run right now. Pippen down low. Working on Beasley. Jerome, good.
And when he gets it going, this is what can happen. They need to think about the double team now.
They're going to turn it over. They couldn't get it in bounds that time. And the Grizzlies making a change here. Prosper's checked in.
Substitution. Number 18, Olivier Maxence. Prosper.
Poked away. And that's out of bounds. Memphis will retain possession.
Grizzlies ball.
Here's Spencer. Pass to Jerome. Off target with his 3.
I'm shocked that didn't turn into 3 points. I mean, he makes you pay on those nearly every time.
And they call the 8-second violation. Too much time getting it up court. And in 2023, the NBA implementing a new player participation policy, coach, trying to minimize unexcused absences for star players.
Kevin, I think it's huge for our game. Fans pay and watch TV to see the great players. There's nothing more important in the league than those guys being on the court on a consistent basis. And anything that the league can do and teams can do to ensure that, the better it is for everyone.
Memphis ball.
Here's Spencer. Pippen, the pass to Clark. That one misses. Shaq with some nice D. And there's the 8-second call as they can't get it across half court in time. Guys, we've seen a lot of turnovers in this one.
Yeah, focus, focus, focus. Just make the simple play.
Pippen, the pass to Clark. Releases. A nice shot by Spencer.
And you can just see he's a different player since coming back from halftime.
And with all the talk about load management, coach, and player participation, what about getting rid of players fouling out?
Yeah, I'm not a fan of getting rid of players fouling out. I do like the idea, and I think Scott Skiles was the one who brought it up, Kevin, of taking like the offensive fouls and just having that be a turnover, like the illegal screen or a charge, and not charge that as a personal foul, where honestly you end up being punished double.
And a moment to look at the scoring approach in terms of where the points are coming from for the Grizzlies.
Well, I love how they're attacking the rim. That will usually force defenses to collapse and open up a lot of outside shots.
And also, guys, how about the hustle we've seen on the boards? They're getting after it and cashing in on second chance scoring.
Watson is checked in for the Lakers.
Number 43, Peyton Watson.
Los Angeles on D. Looking to get on the board here in the fourth still. Jerome against Iverson. And 2 free throws coming up. Unable to get that one to go with all the contact. That's on Allen Iverson.
At the line for the Grizzlies, Ty Jerome. 2 shots.
And the first one at the line is good. Well, Greg, one thing that doesn't show up in the box score, and maybe should, screen assists. They're a big part of the game.
Without question. I mean, the art of setting a great screen, I think, is underappreciated. Giving those guys their just due with the screen assist on a made bucket is, I'm fine with that.
And Jerome drops them both.
And one difference this have is that when they get to the line, they're converting.
Unable to get the ball in bounds. They get called for the 5-second violation. Pass to Pippen. Here's Spencer from the arc. It's hauled in by Gordon. Gordon's got 9 rebounds now tonight.
Really surprising to see the huge edge they have in rebounds given what the scoreboard says.
And that's going to be a turnover. They call him for 8 seconds. And for Memphis, they're shooting it really well. 54% from the floor. Inside, here's Prosper. Banked in off the glass.
Nice read. Sets his teammate up. You like how they're sharing the ball.
They're going to turn it over. They couldn't get it in bounds that time.
Grizzlies ball.
Pippen outside. Here's Jerome. No good on the triple. Now, here is O'Neal. And there's the 8-second call as they can't get it across half court in time. GA, in recent seasons, we've seen the MVP debate get a little contentious.
I mean, every year there's about 3 or 4 guys who are deserving of the award. And the closer the race is, I think the more heated things tend to get. So especially since the criteria for the award is so subjective.
That'll be a 5-second call. And Memphis making a change here. Hendricks is checked in.
Number 22, Taylor Hendricks.
Los Angeles calls timeout.
He does.